I think I must thank the moderator, Mr. Kare, for giving me this early opportunity, because before everybody leaves and even the panelists leave. So if, I think we have quorum, more than 10 people, that's great. So I'm delighted. So coming to this issue of diversity, probably I am a wrong person to really talk on that. At IIM Ranchi, we have just recruited the second batch. In the first batch, we had one girl student. Second batch, we have none. Now, I'm really scared now. I mean, I may have even difficulty attracting male students because there are no enough girl students. So, wrong person in a wrong place. Because I was really amazed by the idea of Mr. Verma, this breaking the silos to bring about diversity. I think that's the toughest thing. I mean, as an educational administrator who has been a dean director for the last 10, 15 years, I can tell you, you can manage any kind of animal except this educated animal called professors. Now, you tell them to actually interact with the person in the next cabin, they will not do it. It's so difficult. I'm sure all of you will agree with me. It's a brilliant idea, but of course, I did do that during my doctoral days itself. At IIM Calcutta as a doctoral student, the PhD work I did was on a psychometric technique. I solved the problem using a OR model, mixed integer linear programming approach, and then applied it to marketing. Now, I had three top experts, one Professor Mukherjee from ISA psychometry and Professor Saga from IIM Ahmedabad and OR, and you had marketing experts. Anytime somebody asked a question on psychometry, I will actually turn my attention to OR model, so he will not understand. And then anytime Professor Saha asked me anything about this, linear, mixed integer linear programming tool, I would switch to marketing, which he did not understand. So it was helpful. I mean, you should do a lot of cross-functional research. I think that's what helped me a lot. I mean, frankly, as a director today, when I sit in faculty selection interviews, I very easily understand whether it is finance, marketing, or any of the topics. I'm able to relate to that easily. I think that's a brilliant idea. But, diversity doesn't happen just automatically. There are other methods of dealing with that. For example, you have quotas. IIM Kozhikode, for example, they recruit about 40% girls. I don't know how he manages that. Director is very handsome, or I don't know whether he has some system to attract that. And of course, we have reservations. But as an individual, I personally do not believe in compromising merit for the sake of diversity, which I had mentioned in one of the interviews also. Basically because, I'm not saying that, people are not capable or anything. It's just the selection process is such that, or the course is such that, it's attracting only that kind of people. So if you really want to manage diversity, I mean, unfortunately today it is becoming still worse because 97% of the students who get admitted to IIMs are engineers. And then 70% of them are people with experience in IT industry. So if you discuss anything in the class, they are all talking the same language. So there's no new ideas, no fresh insights. So we really need diversity, but at the same time, how do you do that without compromising on merit? This is the biggest challenge. So the way actually I have looked at it is to start other programs. Like, for example, I am starting a program on human resources management, postgraduate diploma in human resources management. Now, that is likely to attract more of non-engineers, more of ladies, and then have combined classes, which will probably, bring about the necessary or required diversity, which will really help us. So these are the two alternate scenarios. And another thing is, if at all you have a quota, if at all you have a reservation, then I think the government should allow us to actually take them through a slow track route. I think that's another issue. Today we take somebody on a reservation and put him along with people, who are in the 99th percentile, and he is with the 80th percentile, and then they find it so difficult to cope with that. So I think, Western countries, we have the slow track option. We should, think on those lines. Because I have taught in different places, like in the University of Buckingham in UK, where we had students from more than 27 countries. I taught in the US at Texas as well as in California, invariably any class you walk into, there will be some Indians, some Chinese, and there were also students from other nationalities. Now, how is it that actually, US universities are able to attract, or UK universities are able to attract, whereas, we don't have that kind of a diversity? I mean, that's the kind of a issue we have to, ask ourselves. So, one thing is basically, it is happening to some extent in, institutes of excellence. If you take Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad or Bangalore, you have exchange programs. Any point of time, you have several students from the Western world coming and studying here. Students from here going out and studying there, there is a lot of diversity. There is this hybridization of ideas. But in the Indian context, what is happening is that, we have all taken the easy route. At least the universities, the first thing they did was to throw it open to the NRIs. So we had the NRIs coming in. And then, of course, the next obvious market was Ghana, Tanzania. Somehow, historically, we have some ties with them. So they like us, we like them, and maybe low cost of education here. And so we started attracting students from there. Slowly now, we are also able to attract students from China, particularly for English language courses and for some of the IT courses. Now, so what is the model? I mean, what will really work for India as far as getting these international students inside? One is our low cost. I mean, that is certainly a great advantage. So that is saleable. Second thing is these niche areas. There are certain niche areas where India is the best. IT courses. There are certain health-related courses. We are becoming very strong in medicine, very strong in IT courses, and also we have this English language skill. So we should be able to attract students in those areas. But the best thing that we can do is basically to actually go that Nalanda or the Takshila route. I think, that is, we are far, far, far away from actually going to that. What is the Nalanda route? I mean, basically we have to create Harvards, we have to create Stanfords in India. Are we prepared for that? Now, it's very easy to say that, we will go back, collaborate with them, but then, to create a real Nalanda, to create a real Takshila in India requires lots of guts. Now, we are basically today teaching Western models, using Western textbooks, and using Western methods, and using Western technology. Now, when will we become actually Indian, and then that Indian will get recognition all around the world? This is a real challenge. Now, that is where, for example, we have to think for ourselves. At least in the management education, there is some movement now. Should we be really teaching everything that comes from the West? Maybe the analytical models are applicable across the world, but then the human element, the soft elements have to be culture specific. We need to create some knowledge. That knowledge created should be respected all around the world. That's where actually we have to move towards. At least, for example, in IIM Ranchi, what we have actually set out is that we will take the wisdom of the East and then blend it with the processes of the West to attain thought leadership. That is the kind of a route we are taking. So we are going to specialize in a lot of Indian management, Indian theories. Knowledge cannot be created or destroyed. It is all there. It exists. It's only, we have to remind ourselves, we have to dig deeper into that, and then repackage it, and then sell it to the rest of the world. And it is only when we create our own Takshilas, only when we create our own Nalandas, then I think, truly we are global, where we will have global teachers coming here, Indian students, Indian teachers respected all over the world, and then Indian students going all over the world and getting respected. So with these few words, I'll throw it open. I'll give it back to the moderator for further comments. Thanks.
Thank you.